welcome to Couplet English Couplet TV, where we have been seeing interpretation for Qurans, all 1330 Qurans in 133 chapters. These all chapters have been divided into 16 heads or headings, wherein I have been giving 16 aspects. Now we have been seeing the counseling aspect, family counseling aspects, where we have been seeing all this. It goes up to 20th chapter. Now we are coming to the 13th chapter, number 13. And we see 120 Qurans we have completed, now 121. Quran number 121, that is a couplet. I have translated the same way as the Couplet is, that is in 7 words, 4 plus 3 words, in 2 lines, the same way, using 2 grammar, 2 sorts of grammar. That is, one grammar is called Kralvimba grammar in Tamil, the same grammar is adopted in English also. The couplet grammar is also adopted. Couplet grammar is having 2 lines with the same metric syllable meters in both the lines. The same way it has been translated, and I have given some examples of my syllables being used in the Qurans, which you can find in my video, of the first video, that is an introductory video, wherewith you will be able to understand when I go through all these things. If you have some doubt, you can go through the video, the first video, introductory video, then you will be able to understand. Now we come to the first Quran in the meekness chapter 13, meekness. Meekness brings God's grace, pride brings damnation. Now he is talking about the 121th Quran, that meekness, about meekness, being meek. Meek means you have to be very calm, quiet, all such. This meekness brings God's grace, pride brings damnation. Even the Bible says those people, God is against those people who are pride, who are having pride, who are showing pride, that is, those people who are proud. God is against those people. Those people who are proud are against God. Proud people are against God. Those who have the pride are against God. Meekness is against that. So if you are meek, in Tamil also there is a maxim or proverb which says, if you are meek, you will inherit the world. Jesus also used to say in his Sermon on the Mount, where he said, those who are meek will inherit the world. So the inheritance of the world will happen to people who are meek. The meekness brings God's grace, grace of God. God's grace is something which is available to those people who are not worthy to get it. So you will get it even though you are not worthy to, if you are meek. So meekness is very important for getting God's grace. Pride brings damnation. If you are pride, if you are having pride, if you are proud, you will get damnation. 113, keeping meekness as treasure excels everything else. Meekness is a treasure. It's a kind of jewel. It's a treasure. So it excels everything else. It excels. It goes up. It will never go off. It will be like above everything. It will be like above everything. It excels everything else. So next one, 113, known meekness as knowledge poses you greater. Known meekness as knowledge poses you greater. You will be showing as greater person. Known meekness as knowledge. So if you are having that meekness, that quality called the meekness, that becomes knowledge. Known meekness is knowledge. It will make you greater. 114. Meekness sans pride brings the best personality. So personality, for personality, he is giving definition. Some advice. Meekness without a pride. Meekness sans pride brings the best personality. The best personality. Who is the best personality? Who is having the best personality? The person who is having meekness without any pride is known as best personality. Meekness everyone needs, but the rich more. Meekness is a quality which is required for everybody in the world, especially for the rich people. Rich people have to be meek. If they have to be meek means they will be greater. They will be getting more rich. The richness will not go off from them. If you are against that, it will automatically go, because God is against them. It is said, no? So meekness everyone needs, but the rich more. Next one that is 1 to 6. Controlling senses like tortoise corrects endocrine function. So this Quran has been translated. I am using. You just go to one website by Tamil Nadu government, sorkuvai.com. It's run by Akaramudali departments in Tamil Nadu. That website, in the website, 2020 program research articles are there. Go through those articles. My articles also there. I have used I think 15 new words. I mean from Tirukural, and I have translated in English, and I have explained there. This is a research article. So many articles are there. My research articles also there, where I have explained about this. Why I am using the medical terms, psychological terms, legal terms, and sometimes some other paramedical terms, English, Latin words, phrases, all such. This I have explained over there. How whatever is using all those words, and these words can be used by us instead of instead of finding new words for English and Latin and other words which are in use now. So you can go through those words. Now why I am telling all this, because this is important in view of that. Controlling senses like tortoise. Tortoise is a turtle. Tortoise. This tortoise controlling senses like tortoise. Tortoise will be within the shell. The same way, controlling senses, we have to control our senses. How the tortoise is going into its shell. The same way we have to control our senses. This will correct endocrine function. I will translate it, endocrine function. Why? ஆமை போல் ஐந்தடக்கல் ஆற்றின் ஒருமையுள் ஆமை போல் ஐந்தடக்கல் ஆற்றின் எழும் நம்மையும் ஏமாப்பு புடைத்து this 7 endocrine glands we are having. So he is using the word 7, without which I cannot find anything regarding 7. So 7 is nothing but the endocrine glands that we are having. How Valdur would know about it? Because Valdur is a person who has written all this. He would have been inspired. Inspiration would show you so many things. You could see the word pineal is a gland. So many glands are there. Pineal is one of the endocrine glands, which was first name was used 7,000, 8,000 years back by Jacob, son of Isaac. In the Bible you can find it. So son of Isaac, Jacob, has used that the same word. How he could use it? The same word is now used in science by the scientists. But all the pineal, pituitary, thymus, thyroid, all glands, gonad, 7 glands are there. See, these 7 glands. If you want, you find the description where I have put all the glands, name of the glands. These 7 glands, pineal gland, nobody is able to now tell who found out it, who found out, who invented that name. But the Bible says Jacob used it. Bible is using that same name with the same function 8,000 years back. How? The same way, whatever is also telling 7 glands are there. These 7 glands would correct your function. See, these 7 glands get corrected. Your function will be right. That means, I give an example. if your adrenaline gland is secreting more hormone, that adrenaline hormone, what will happen? You will be furious, you will be angry, you will be more arrogant, all such. It is because of that gland. So the glands, all the secretion of the glands should be moderate, correct. Then only you will become weak. Then only you can control your senses. If your gonad is secreting, your gonad endocrine gland is secreting more hormone, you will be like a rapist or something like that. These are all happening because of the glands which secrete more hormones. They should not secrete more or less. It will be moderate. So it should be corrected. If it is less, should be corrected. It secretes more, it should be corrected. So that is what he is telling. It should be corrected, and then you can be like a tortoise, controlling your senses. So these endocrine glands should be corrected because of controlling senses like tortoise. Correct. Which one corrects? That is also important. Well, how it will be corrected? You start controlling your senses. That will correct the endocrine glands. Endocrine glands hormone will be corrected because of your effort. Your effort is important. That is controlling your senses. Senses means seeing. Seeing is one of the act done by one of the senses. Eating too much, and things which you should not eat. If you start eating, what will happen? That's you should control your sense of eating. The mouth and speaking, all such. These senses, senses should be controlled, and then what will happen? Automatically, the endocrine secretion will be controlled, and you will be all right, and you will be meek, and you will be inheriting the world, and you will be happier over there. And it is said the hormones. So 4 types of hormones are happy hormones, especially endorphin, dopamine, and oxytocin. These type of hormones are very important for our life to be happy, all such. So we have to do the thing called controlling senses. We have to control our senses. That's why Jesus said, don't look on a woman to lust after her, lest you should commit adultery already in your heart. So don't look on. Look on means don't wait for a woman and don't see her after waiting for her. Don't see means don't view her, and then don't think about. These 3 acts are explained in one phrase called the look on, which I will explain in the later course. So don't look on. He didn't say don't look. He said don't look on. Same way, we have to take effort to control our senses. That will correct the endocrine glands function. Let the next one, 117. Let everyone keep tongue, lest frustration overshadows. We have to be careful about our speech, tongue, lest frustration overshadows. Because of the tongue, because of our speech words, we have the frustration. So if you don't want to have the frustration overshadowing you, hovering you over, you have to be very careful about your words. That is a very important, one of the very important organs in the body, that is tongue. We have to be very careful about that. That means you have to be very careful about your words. The same way diet also, eating, for both it will come. And then 128. One evil word spoils other good words. One evil word spoils other good words spoken. One deed is enough. One bad deed is enough to spoil all other good deeds. One evil word spoils other good words spoken. That's enough. One evil word. So we have to be very careful about our words. One evil word is enough to spoil all the other good words spoken by us. Everybody will think of the word, one evil word spoken by us, not even the good words spoken, and they will forget all other words, all other things. Only bad things they will start thinking about. Next one, 119. Tongue endures greatly than the firewood. This is Teenal Chutapan Ullaru Maradi Naminal Chutavodi. He used to say Teenal Chutapan Ullaru Maradi Naminal Chutavodi. If you start injuring somebody using your tongue, mouth, words, what will happen? It will not go off from his memory. He will be remembering. That will hurt him more than the fire would do. The fire would hurt him, but the words uttered by you, the words, those words, the bad words, the injuring words uttered by you, injure by him more than the fire would do. So, injuring words would harm a person more than a fire would. That is what he says. Next one, 130, last one, final one. Righteous indignation yields way to virtue, awaiting opportunity. Righteous indignation yields way to virtue, awaiting opportunity. Righteous indignation means righteous anger. Sometimes anger for something good, some good things. We have to be angry for right things, not for everything. So that is called, and that is for right thing. That is called indignation. Righteous indignation and indignation, both are right, both the same. And this righteous means, righteous indignation implies more indignation. That's the type, characteristic of indignation is spoken of by this word righteous. Righteous indignation yields way to virtue. So righteous indignation is also a kind of virtue which waits for opportunity. Which waits for opportunity. Opportunity will come. Don't think about, don't keep calm there. This meekness will not stop you from being indignant about something wrong. So meek person will be sometimes using that indignation, that is righteous indignation, for something good. So that will give you some opportunity sometimes. So you will not be, you will not be losing anything out of it. That is what he says in the last couplet, and that will be end. Thank you.